Talking about chemical kinetics. We've also talked about in previous classes that thermodynamics explains about the feasibility of a reaction, and the chapter equilibrium talks about the extent of reaction, where we've talked about Kc and Kp. Even though these are of very good use, but the only problem with both of them is that they do not explain the rate or the velocity of a reaction, or how fast or how slow is a reaction taking place. So for this, scientists have come up with a new branch of chemistry which explains the rate or velocity of a reaction, which is nothing but chemical kinetics. Just as how chemical kinetics talks about the rate of reaction, there are two types of reaction depending upon the rate of its reaction, or how fast or how slow a reactant turns into a product, in which there are two types: instantaneous or fast reactions. For example, ionic reactions, for example, NaOH plus HCl gives rise to NaCl plus H2O, in which there are only exchange of ions taking place. Now, there is another type of reaction which is a slow or time-taking process. The examples for these reactions will be talked about further, and there are also many factors which depend upon the rate of a reaction, which are consequently temperature. As temperature increases, we supply more and more kinetic energy towards the particles, which help in leading to more fruitful collisions. And as we move on, now pressure. As we apply more and more pressure, there is much less surface area for the molecules to move, so there are much more collisions taking place in the area which is specified. And thirdly, we'll now talk about catalyst. Just as how a catalyst is important, because it not only it doesn't explicitly join itself in a reaction, but it increases the rate of a reaction further and decreases the activation energy of it, which increases much more collisions in the reaction, which leads to the formation of more and more products. Finally, we'll be talking about concentration. If we have more and more concentration of the reactants, there is a higher probability or higher chance of it turning into the reactants.